Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahashah, Ba'ashem Quadash double author, son to the elder apostles at Great Millstone, for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Hakim across the world. Now, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 13, titled Warning Against Idolatry, Idol Worship. Verse 1. If there arise among you a prophet, or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, Let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams. For Yahweh your power proved you, tested you, to know whether ye love Yahweh your power with all your heart and with all your soul. So he's testing you with that false prophet, because he also says here in the book of Job, chapter 12, verse 16, he says, with him, with the Heavenly Father, is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So if you are deceived, it is the Lord that deceives you, because you most likely are a piece of trash. And the deceiver, which is that person that deceives you, the Lord also set him up, because he made him delusional. Isaiah chapter 66 verse 4. I also will choose your delusions, and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called through his prophets, none did answer. When I spake through his prophets, the mouth of the Lord are his prophets. As you can see here, Daniel 9 and 10. Neither have we obeyed the voice of Yahweh, our power, to walk in his laws, which he set before us by his servants, the prophets. So, the voice of the Lord are the prophets. I will bring their fear upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. They didn't listen to his prophets. But they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not. So, Ezekiel 14 and 9. And if the prophet be deceived when he had spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him, and will destroy him from the midst of my people, Israel. And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. So if you seek unto that false prophet, you're gonna die. For example, the prosperity so-called prophets that you have in the churches right now, which is just nonsense. But a lot of people are just blinded by material things, and therefore you deserve to be put to death, and you will. Why? That the house of Israel may go no more astray from me, neither be polluted any more with all their transgressions, but that they may be my people, and I may be their power, saith Yahweh, the power. So, Deuteronomy chapter 13 verse 4. Ye shall walk after Yahweh your power, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice, and ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to death, because he had spoken to turn you away from Yahweh your power, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, which was the land of Mizraim, which is one of the sons of Ham, to thrust thee out of the way which Yahweh thy power commanded thee to walk in. So shalt thou put evil away from the midst of thee. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, Let us go and serve other gods, which thou has not known, thou nor thy fathers, namely, the gods of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from the end of the earth, even unto the end of the earth, from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. Thou shalt not contend with him, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thine eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him. So don't hide him. Like, okay, we're not going to talk about this, okay? I'm not going to tell anyone that you tried to make me go against the Heavenly Father by going to serve other gods. But thou shalt surely kill him. And by the way, we should not be doing this nowadays. I'm just reading what it says. Wait for the Lord to do his miraculous works. Thine hand shall be first upon him to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. And thou shalt stone him with stones, that he die, because he had sought to thrust thee away from Yahweh thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. And that is the land of Mizraim, by the way, because Egypt is a Greek word. Wait, right here you have it. Here. Egypt is a Greek word. Egypt comes from the Greek name Egyptus, Egyptus, which was their pronunciation for the Egyptian name for the city of Memphis. Anyway, Egypt is a Greek word, and Egypt means Mizraim. It's not sorry, that's not what it means. It's instead of Mizraim. Mizraim is the Hebrew cognate of a common Semitic source word for the land now known as Egypt. What? Semitic? Well, Esau is Shemitic and Ishmael also, but so are all these people. Wait, everybody that comes of Shem is Shemitic, and everybody that comes from Ham is Hamitic. Yafan is from Japhet. This is garbage. I'm not gonna even entertain this. This bullshit. Right. So going back over here, you can read that in the book of Genesis, chapter 10, the lineage and stuff like that. Genesis chapter 10, where you will see the sons of Ham. These are the sons of Ham, Mizraim. So what is Mizraim? Here, Genesis chapter 10. Oops. Gen 10. Yeah. And here the sons of Japhan are the sons of the sons of Japhan are the sons of Japhet. So that thing that I just showed you, well, they showed you here, Japhan via Ham. Yeah, I don't know what they mean. Oh, the cousins. Okay. Yeah, okay, I didn't see this. They are cousins. Yeah, but yeah, okay, cool. Then it's good. Because here you can see the sons of Japhet, and then you have one of his sons are Yaphan, and then the sons of Ham, and then Cush is then therefore a cousin of Yaphan. Right? And so these are the sons of Ham, and then afterward the sons of Shem. Which which it starts here. Oh yeah, here. Right. So wait a minute. Right, which you can see here. Shem, the Edomites, Moabites, Ammonites, Ashur, Aram, Elam, Ishmael. These two look like, they look like a bunch of Arabs, actually. They look like them. Ashur and Aram nowadays, you could say. They look like a bunch of Arabs, actually. And these are the sons of Ham, Mizraim, so-called Egyptians, the real Egyptians. Okay, these Hamites, African people, as you could nowadays say. You have the Cushites, Libya, Libyanites, well, Libya people, Canaan. Yeah, these are the Hamites, and then these are the Japhetic people. But nowadays they are not these Edomites, the Caucasians and stuff like that. So they was in the regions before these Edomites came in these regions. So you have Gomer, Magog, Ashkenaz, Meshech and Tubal, so-called Europeans again, Tarshish, Spaniards, Kittim, Cyrus, so-called Italians. But like I said, these because wait, let me show you something. You have the Indo-European, which are I did a video about this. Indo-European. These are not Edomites, by the way. These are Japhetic people. Like, for example, here, Javanese people. These people used to live in Europe first. These people. These. They used to be here in Europe first. The Jafanan. So. Wait, let me see something. Huh? There's a place called Javanland? I didn't know that. But I'm actually looking for here. Wait, let me. Right, I made a video about this, by the way, but it's on a channel that's taken down right now, so for a while. But anyway, I'll just read this one a little bit quick, and I will upload it here then on this channel for edification's sake. Right, so it says here, Japhet. To begin with, it is well known that Japhet's name has been preserved in both branches of the Aryan family, which very early split into two major divisions and settled in Europe and India. Yes. Why? Because Japhet and Elam used to be the Medo-Persian Empire. The Medo-Persian Empire was Japhetic and Elam. Elam was, because it says right here, the Persians, they used to call themselves the Aryans. Wait, sorry, where is it again? Persia, you had Cyrus, and then I think Darius was a Medes, if I'm correct. Wait, how Iran and Aryan are connected. Thinking about Iran and the bomb the other day, it struck me as curious coincidence that for the second time in some of our lifetimes, Amalekites are being threatened with mass destruction. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but anyway. Here you have it. Now, this is an inscription of Darius the Great. I think Darius was a Mede. No. He was. Wait. Let me read on. Or was it Cyrus? Cyrus the Mede. Was Cyrus a Mede? Sorry. Let me see. No, he was a Persian. Okay. Then Darius also too. Darius was also. No, Darius was the Mede. Okay, but no, he's the Darius. Cyrus was Darius the Mede. So Darius was a Mede, and Cyrus was a Persian, right? But it says here in the inscription, "I am Darius the great king, king of kings, king of countries, containing all kinds of men." And you can actually find this in the book of Isaiah 45. Let me read it quick. He's not kings of kings. Well, he was kings of kings in that time. Isaiah 45 and 1. Thus saith Yahweh to his anointed, to Cyrus. Wait a minute. Yeah, there's Darius. But Cyrus, they ruled the same kingdom, actually. But yeah, I'm going to just read on. But it was about Cyrus. But yeah. I get confused with these two. It's Darius and Cyrus, sorry. But still, it's still good. Whose right hand I have holden to subdue nations before him. So what did he do? He was the king. And I will loose the loins of kings to open before him the two left gates, and the gates shall not be shut. So, in the book of the Apocrypha, let me get it right. So it says here, First Ezra chapter 2, verse 1. In the first year of Cyrus, king of the Persians, that the word of the Lord might be accomplished, that he had promised by the mouth of Jeremiah the prophet. Yahweh raised up the spirit of Cyrus, king of the Persians, and made proclamation through all his kingdom, and also by writing. And he made proclamation through all his kingdom. Cyrus did, saying, Thus saith Cyrus, king of the Persians, Yahweh, the Lord of Israel. See, he acknowledges that it's the power of Israel, the Lord of Israel. The Most High Yahweh had made me king of the whole world, and commanded me to build him an house at Jerusalem in Jewry. Right, but yeah. So Cyrus was made king of everybody, like king of the whole world. So he was a king. But then you have here Darius saying that. But there was the same empire, because Darius was a Persian, and the Medes, there was also there. But the Persians had Elam had a higher power in the Medo-Persian Empire. The Persian had a higher power, a higher status. So let me read on. They was joined together. That's the point. King of countries containing all kinds of men, king in this great earth, far and wide. That is true. Well, in the case of Cyrus, but anyway. Son of Hetaspes and Achaemenid, a Persian, son of a Persian, an Aryan, having Aryan lineage. And then Hitler, he stole this thing, because these Edomites have no culture. They have nothing. So what they do is steal, and then they take it as if it is theirs. Because you had them working together. You had the Media and you had Elam working together, and they formed the Medo-Persian Empire. That's why you see here a person. This is an individual person, by the way, but biblical origins of the Aryan nation, which are these people, the Japhetic and the Persians, man. What the hell, man? But anyway, so yeah. In that other video, I think I read everything here, but I'm not gonna go into this. The point is that Esau has done a lot of confusing things. Yeah, Egypt was under the rule of Darius. Yes, it was. Cyrus. But also Darius, because they was the Medo-Persian Empire, so they was working together. That's why they called it the Medo-Persian Empire, because it was two empires formed in one. Here. The Medo-Persian Empire. The Medes, yes. You had what was it? Cyrus the Medes or Darius the Medes? Oh man, I lost it again. Here, The Median and Persian empires. That's why they called it the Medo-Persian Empire, because it was two. Were centered around modern Iran. Yes, right, that's true. So it's those people. You had Japhet and Elam working together. Elam is also India, by the way, but Iran too. Those are another tribe. Just like how we have 12 tribes, they have their tribes also, so they have their people also. But yeah, the Persians are Elam, but what am I looking for? Yeah, I think I'm done with this. Right, I'll leave these links in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. But do remember, Esau has stolen a lot of these names. Here you can see Elam again. Esau has stolen a lot of these names, so he confuses people. But through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, through the power of the Bible, we know the truth. That he is not an Aryan, he's an Edomite. That's what they are. Because the Aryans goes into, here, you have, let me see, in ancient India, Elam, the term Arya was used by the Indo-Aryan speakers, which is in the region of here, which is Europe. Indo-Aryan culture emerged. Ancient Iranian peoples similarity used the term Arya to designate themselves as an ethnic group. Proto-Indian, Proto-Indo-European. Basically, it was Japhet and the Persians, which is Elam. Those two people. You have Elam from India, but you also have Elam from Iran, which is Iranian people. Right? Look at this one, for example. What the fuck was that? Right, you have Iranian people that look like this, for example. It's kind of blurry. Okay, look, this one. Iran, Tehran. Right. Now, if you look at her, what does she resemble? Right? If you look at her again, also, this is a little bit browner. And then you look at this one. What does she resemble? You already said it in your head. She resembles this. She resembles this. Women from India, which are also Elam. If she would go to Iran, well, I would kind of tell the difference, but if she would go to a certain region of Iran, she probably would just blend in. Or this one. She could just blend in. Damn it. The thing is blurry. Yeah. But you can see it a little bit. But these people are these same people. This is Iran. They're just a different tribe. But don't get it twisted, because they do look different sometimes, because a lot of them have been mingling with Esau also. So don't forget that. You have to understand a few thousand years have passed. So the people don't look like how they used to look back in the days. For example, you see them here, but for example, this. I'm going to give you an example, and then I'm going to go further reading Deuteronomy. North Indian people versus South Indian people. Here. South Indians are different from North Indians. Yeah, not only in style, but in looks also. Actually, this is supposed to be the other way around, because the South ones are the darker ones. Here. This is a North Indian, but like I also said, you have different, not different, you have people that migrate, from certain places to certain places. Because normally it's actually turned other way around. as you can see here. A North Indian versus a South Indian. Here you have it. North Indian versus South Indian. South Indians are mostly darker. Mostly darker. You have the same thing in South Sudan versus North Sudan. Here you have it again. Northwest Indian Punjabi. And then you have the South Indian women. As you can see, they start to get darker. And here they start to get lighter. These are the ones that are basically products of colonization through the English, so-called British. Actually, UK, United Kingdom. And here you have another example: North Indian woman, South Indian woman, North Indian teens and South Indian teens, and North Indian families and South Indian families. As you can see it here. Let me see something. Wait. North Indian family versus South Indian families. And here, the North Indian families. You look at them and be like, hey, this look like like an Edomite, But these are the South Indian families, right? But anyway, they're just different tribes, and they did different stuff and stuff like that, right? But of course, you have light-skinned people among the Souths, and you have dark-skinned people among the North. But predominantly, these are the regions that really got taken over by Esau. So they look like that. And then I just had something in my head. I lost it. Shit. Oh yeah, North versus South Sudan. Well, this is from South, and I think this is North. No, wait a minute. No. Yeah. You know what? Leave this. I'm just go on now. Wait. Right. Anyway, so these are the Japhetic people, and they formed a bond with Iran, well, or Elam actually. Then they made the Medo-Persian Empire. So, but going on. Right. So, oh yeah, that's what I was actually talking about. So these are actually Japhetic people. These are not the people that are Edomites that are living in Europe right now. Like I said, they stole the land. If you go to America 2,000 years ago, well, even before 1492, you still call that land America. Let's say you called it America because it wasn't called America. It was called the land of Asheroth. But let's say you go over there, and it was also called the land of Canaan. Yeah, it was called that too. But yeah, so because the Hamites went over there when they was working on their King Solomon, his navy, King Solomon, his navy, right? So sorry, you had yeah. If you go to America, right, so-called America, before 1492, what type of people do you think you would meet there? You would meet so-called Negroes, and you would meet Native Americans, so-called Native Americans nowadays, no, so-called Native Americans. That's what you would meet. You would not meet Caucasian people, Edomites. You would not meet Edomites, so-called Caucasian people. You wouldn't meet them there. So then, therefore, they would then therefore be Americans. And then, if you was to be in that day and age, and then you would take a time machine to fast forward to now, and then you go ask yourself, like, who are these people? Well, they're Americans. And no, they're not. I met the Americans. They don't look nothing like this. Who are these people? They're imposters. That's what they are. Well, it's the same thing with the land of Europe and Russia and the Germans and stuff like that. Spain, Spaniards, Italy. Those were the people of Cyrus. As I go to wait, let me see something. Right, check this out. So I'm not gonna go too much into this, but you had people of Cyprus that look like this. Like I also said, they were also intermingling with each other, which is the Elam and Japhet. And then you had people like this, for example. Yeah, but no, wait, these are Turkish. No, wait, this. They look like these Iranian type people, but then they had brown skin. Those like, for example, people like this, but they was darker than this. But anyway, okay, enough of this. Let me go on. No, these are Turks. Right, so back to Deuteronomy. That whole thing over there, it seems like confusion and stuff like that, but the history has been tampered with. We do know that. But we do know that Japhetic people are the people of Indonesia and stuff like that, and Yafan. You can see it in the name, Yafan Island. Like, I already showed you a picture, by the way. There's a Yafansa, Yafan people, and yeah, they used to be way darker than this, as you can see here. Yafan dark skinned people. Right. You have even you have our people living amongst them too. By the way, you still have them. Like, you still have them until this day. So yeah, it's a lot of mixed up things going on. Like people like this. These are Japhetic people. Yafa, Yapa, which means beautiful, if I'm correct. Right. But anyway, enough of this. Going back to over here. Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 10. And thou shalt, okay, I already read that. The house of bondage, verse 11. Wait, for verse 6, yeah, you should stone him and that he die. Right, so I have a few precepts here, which is First John chapter 3, verse 23. And this is his commandment, that we should believe on the name of his Son, Yahushai Mashiach, and love one another as he gave us commandment. Because you're not supposed to go to other gods. You're supposed to stick to Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 20. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. Numbers 23 and 13. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, right? Just check everything out. And make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard of thy mouth. So when for example, the elder apostles, starting with the elder apostles on down at Great Millstone, when we make mention of these other gods, it's just for edification. Like, for example, I don't even want to say it right now, but yeah, because I'm reading this. The book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 5, it says here, now all the tribes which together revolted, the tribes of Israel, and the house of my father Naphtali, which is a Naphthalite, right, sacrificed unto the heifer Baal. So what is a heifer? A heifer is a cow. So who's the heifer Baal? This one, the golden calf. That's the heifer Baal that they was worshiping. Our people was worshiping that, and until this day they still worship it. In India, for example, in India they call the cow holy. That's why in America they used to say holy cow when something miraculously happened or they were shocked. Then they started to say holy shit, and then they started to divert from this holy cow. But they used to say that back in the days because they used to find the cow holy. And until this day you have, oh, there you have it. YouTube, Google already knows it. They pray to these cows, man. They bow down to them. They walk underneath their feet or their paws or whatever they have those days. Crawl underneath them to. Is there any end to the absurd? When will Indians realize that a cow is just like other animals, or whatever? Yeah, so they wash their feet, bow down to their feet and stuff like that. Their little hoofs, actually, I should say. They dress them up. You know, they treat them better than they would treat their fellow so-called human. They deck them. Right. India's 5 million cows are sacred and a growing nuisance because they don't eat and kill them. So they basically like dogs in the city. They just like dogs, and they eat garbage, by the way. Yeah, man. They eat freaking garbage because they just like dogs. They don't eat grass no more. It's like they're crazy, you know. There isn't any grass anyway. Cows claim the right on the way to Delhi roads. Yeah, cows eat garbage in India. That's what they eat. They eat garbage, man. Instead of grass. Here you got some sweet, beautiful looking grass, and he's going for the trash. Grass trash. He's going for the trash. You know? That's what they're doing. They're just walking around there. But anyway, enough of this. Going back to over here. It says that because that's what they worship. The cow. Right? So, yeah. Going to Deuteronomy again. Chapter 12. No, 13 verse 11. And all Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. If thou shalt hear say in one of thy cities, which Yahweh thy power had given thee to dwell therein, saying, certain men, the children of Belial, which is another Baal worshippers, are gone out from among you, and have withdrawn the inhabitants of their cities, saying, let us go and serve other gods, which ye have not known. And by the way, even the sons of Eli were called children of Belial. Belial. Let me get that. Where is it again? Sorry. Deuteronomy 13 and 13. Right, it shows you here Belial of Belial, whatever, which goes into worthless, good for nothing, unprofitable, base fellows. Basically, they worship heathens. Idols. Those type of people are Belial people. Which goes to lack. Yeah. It goes to the ungodly Belial of Belial. Basically, they're good for nothing people, but they are most of the time idol worshippers. Most of the time, they're a bunch of satanic worshippers, Satan worshippers. So it's idol worshippers, or they're just, well, if you worship Satan unknowingly, you're still a satanic person. You're a wicked, evil person. Your wickedness, vileness, you're good for nothing, unprofitable in the Lord, worthlessness. Right, so going on. So, yeah, a bunch of devil worshippers. Just evil people. Then shalt thou inquire, and make search, and ask diligently, and behold, if it be truth, and the thing certain, right? If the children of Belial, you are sure of it, and they say, let's go serve other gods, you see, because the children of nothingness, the Baal type of people, they say, come and let us serve other gods, right? And if it be truth, and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought among you, right? Thou shalt surely smite the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword, destroying it utterly, and all that is therein, and the cattle thereof with the edge of the sword, right? So if you have Israelites in a, basically the sons of a bunch of worthless Israelites that are Baal worshippers, going back to Baal, going to Satanism, it doesn't matter what type of form of Satanism, whether it be the golden calf, whether it be a person with 6 hands, or whether it be animals, because you have certain people that, insects. You have certain people that used to worship a scarab, which is the Egyptians used to do that, and they used to call it the holy scarab. So you have creeping things that people used to worship. You have nature. You also have nature worshiping. You know, people worship nature, trees and stuff like that. Let me see. Tree worship in India. Also, motherfuckers be worshiping trees over there. They deck it with gold and silver and ointments and ornaments. Sorry, not ointments. I mean, yeah, they do also put sweet smells upon there, like incense. They put their jewelry, ornaments actually, I should say. You know, some of them are known to put actual gold and silver there. You know, and one of the reasons why these people worship these things is because a tree, you know, it gives like air for us, and also some trees give fruit, so that is associated with life, right? Which is also in the scriptures. And ye may eat the fruit of any, because it's for life, but it's in here. Here I was looking for. Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 19. When thou shalt besiege a city a long time, so when you go to war with a city, in making war against it, to take it, thou shalt not destroy the trees thereof by forcing an axe against them, for thou mayest eat of them, and thou shalt not cut them down, for the tree of the field is a man's life, to employ them in the siege. If you read on, verse 20, only the trees which thou knowest that they be not they be not trees for meat, fruit, and stuff like that, thou shalt destroy and cut them down, and thou shalt build bulwarks against the city that maketh war with thee, until it be subdued. And what is a bulwark? It's shaped like a pencil, a defensive wall. But I think I'm supposed to click on this one. Let me see, so because you're not gonna get it here. See, you're not gonna get it. But if I think this one, yeah, this modern day nowadays they call it the palisade. What?
Palisade.
Yeah, palisade. Right. Yeah. Anyway, so it's shaped like a pencil. Then you can use this for example, against here, this, or against horses. Against horses, they use the let me see, palisade. Palisade defense. Yeah, like this. They used to put it. This is what I'm looking for. They used to put it like this, but then, you know, actually more here also here. Well, let me get another picture here also, so that the animals cannot come over it, and people cannot really easily come over it and stuff like that, because you're gonna need time to climb it, and by that time, most of the time, you need two hands to climb. And by the time you're busy climbing, an archer could just pop you in the head, or a swordsman could just chop you while you're climbing over. And most of the time, they would make it high enough so that you can't jump over it. So your horse can't jump over it neither. So your horse would be impaled, and so would you. If you're trying to jump over it, it's like the ancient day barbed wires, right? But anyway, so yeah, you're only supposed to. So that's one of the reasons why these people in India are worshiping trees, because it brings life. But some of these trees don't even have fruit. They just worship it, man. But it does give air, so yeah. And also the cow that they worship, because the cow brings milk and stuff like that. But there's no reason to be worshiping anything, man. These people are just fucking demonic. That's what they are. And guess what? Our people used to do the same goddamn shit too. Because if you read the book of Wisdom of Solomon, you will see that the people of before the flood were also nature worshippers. Yeah, man. Nature worshippers. And after that, our people started to do it also. But who did we get it from? We got it from these heathen nations. Indians have been worshipping trees since time immemorial. Yeah, they have been. Wait. Right, I was just curious about this tree that I just saw. So I looked at it, and I think they sculpted within the tree, because you can do this. Sorry. Wait. Here. People sculpt these things. They do these things. There's a lot of videos on YouTube concerning this. Yeah, like for example, this. Hey, shit. What? Yeah, here. They can make things like this and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know about that thing. Yeah, don't let these people from India get wind of these type of trees that can actually kind of walk to a certain degree. Let me see here. Trees that walk. This tree is a palm native to rainforests in tropical Central and South America. The tree supposedly walks from shade to sunlight by growing roots in the direction it wants to travel, and then allowing the old roots to lift into the air and die. Yeah, so you do well. It's kind of walking to a certain degree. But it actually grows into a direction. It grows more into a direction. And if it finds its place, then it situates itself there. Anyway, going on. So, yeah, people do worship these things. Don't let the people of India know that those trees exist in South America, because they're gonna come for them. That they're already in South America. These people from India. But anyway, Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse 15. Yeah, kill them. 16. And thou shalt gather all the spoil of it into the midst of the street thereof, and shall burn with fire the city, and all the spoils thereof, every whit for Yahweh thy power, and it shall be an heap forever. It shall not be built again. And there shall cleave not of the cursed thing to thine hand. So don't think nothing of them, that Yahweh may turn from the fierceness of his anger, and show thee mercy, and that have compassion upon thee, and multiply thee, as he had sworn unto thy fathers. Right. When thou shalt hearken to the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep all his commandments which I command thee this day, to do that which is right in the eyes of Yahweh thy power. Yeah, so and in this case we should listen to Moses, because Moses is the one that was writing all these things for us. And of course you had the prophets that were before Moses, of course, because the Lord said, when the earth began, he already had the prophets. I think it was Hebrew 1 and 2, if I'm correct. No, 1. Hebrews chapter 1 verse 1. The Heavenly Father Yahweh, who in sundry times and in diverse manners spake in time past unto the fathers, how? By the prophets. Wait, that's not it. Here. Luke chapter 11 verse 50. That the blood of all the prophets, because they murdered them all, well, a lot of them they murdered, which when they came in the name of the Lord, and they murdered them. So they're gonna pay. But they're gonna get their beautiful reward, because the prophets are gonna be of the 144,000, man. They're gonna be the immortal ones. They're gonna be like the angels, and they're gonna have a lot of blessings and powers, man, in the world to come. All the nonsense they had to go through with these people, these stubborn Israelite people. Ezekiel chapter 2 and Ezekiel chapter 3 shows you how stubborn our people are, man. They're knuckleheads, man. Anyway, which was shed from the foundation of the world, may be required in this generation. So they're gonna pay for it in this generation. So the blood of the prophets, which was shed from the foundation of the world. What does that mean? When the world was created, there were prophets. Wait. Here, the book of Luke chapter 1 verse 70. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. So even in the time of Adam and Eve, you already had prophets. Acts chapter 3 verse 21, whom the heaven must receive until the times of restitution of all things, which Yahweh had spoken by the mouth of all his holy prophets since the world began. Right, since the world began, you already had prophets in those days. Did I click it away? Yes, I clicked it away. I thought so. Right, you had prophets in those days, and even here, voice Genesis 3. Yeah. And they, which is the day was talking about Adam and Eve. Genesis chapter 3 verse 8. And they heard the voice of Yahweh, the power, walking in the garden in the cool of the day. What is the cool of the day? It is when all hell did not break loose yet. Because in the heat of the day, that's about the time that you finna get yourself killed. So, seek ye the Lord while he may yet be found, when the evil day come not. Seek ye the Lord, Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Wait, there was another one. Wait, sorry. While he may yet be found. I think it's this one. Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So seek the Lord basically when it's cool in the day, because when he comes, it's going to be hot. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of Yahweh, the power, amongst the trees of the garden, which were the people that were there, because people are symbolically seen as trees. I see men as trees walking, but he was blind. Mark 8:24, and he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. But he was blind, so you might ask yourself, how do you know how a tree looks like? Right? But yeah, you have people that are, let me see, which scripture? Joshua 9. Joshua 9 and no, wait. Sorry, it was Judges 9. Judges chapter 9. Well, if you read here from 7 until verse 18, you will see that, well, let me read it for you. Judges chapter 9 verse 7. And when they told it to Jotham, he went and stood in the top of Mount Gerizim, and lifted up his voice and cried, and said unto them, Hearken unto me, ye men of Shechem, that Yahweh may hearken unto you. And also, you shall know a tree by his roots. By his fruits, right? Wait. By his fruits. Matthew 7. Matthew 7, verse 16, if I'm correct. Let me see something. 15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. So it shows you that false prophets, even a good prophet, you shall know. The point is, you shall know that prophet by his fruits. And also the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28. 28. Verse 4. Let's start at 3. Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field, which is the world. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body. What is the fruit of thy body? Your children. So what does that make you? A tree. Also Isaiah 50, 6? Yeah, 6, if I'm correct. Because what is a eunuch? A eunuch is a man that has no children. So the Lord said, verse 3, Isaiah 56 and 3, neither let the son of the stranger that had joined himself to Yahweh speak, saying, Yahweh had utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, behold, I am a dry tree. Why is he a dry tree? Because a eunuch, there are 3 types of eunuchs, by the way. Let me get the biblical version of the word eunuch, because when you go to Esau's definition of the word eunuch, he doesn't say it good. Definition. What? Why is this German all of a sudden? A man who has been castrated. This eunuch literally means bedroom guard. But see, that's not a good, an ineffective person. Well, you could be considered ineffective if you are a eunuch. Why? Well, there's 3 types of eunuchs, as Yahushua said in the book of Matthew 19, if I'm correct, right? Yeah, 19 and 12. For there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, meaning he's impotent. He cannot get children. He cannot get children. He most of the time, not most of the time, but sometimes can't get a stiffy neither. Some can get a stiffy, but the seed is dead. Okay, so going on. And there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men. Now these were the castrated men. And there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. Meaning, for example, Paul was a eunuch. He made himself a eunuch, meaning he didn't castrate himself, but he just refrained himself from having sex. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it. So if you are able to do it, do it. Especially nowadays, when you're looking at these females, you'd rather be alone, because you don't want to go through hell. Because First Corinthians explains to you that when you get a woman, you're gonna go through some things, boy, and especially if you get a demon, right? Because Paul said it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Let me see, where is it again? Oh, right here. 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 1. Now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. And also, Paul said that I would even here, here it says here, verse 7. For I would that all men, yeah, all men, were even as I myself. But every man has his proper gift in the Heavenly Father, one after this manner, and another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them if they abide even as I. That means stay alone. But if they cannot contain, let them marry. For it is better to marry than to burn. Yeah, it is better to get yourself a wife or to get yourself a husband than to burn in lust and start doing crazy stuff. You know, start going to work on yourself. Stuff like that. Just go crazy. Some people just turn aggressive and just because they need to release some sexual tension, sexual frustration. Like in this movie of Hancock, with Will Smith. Hancock. I don't want to say the other name. I hate it. Why don't they say Super Cockman, Clark Cock Kent or some shit like that? But with us, they put a fucking bullshit name. But then again, it's their world. It's their fucking movie. They're the devil. You know. Let me see. Hancock on the bench. And if you see the bench, you will see that behind them, move toward our dream. Wingtip realtors. These devils know exactly that we're gonna fly because this is the dream of the Israelites. And a lot of Israelites don't even realize that we will mount up as eagles with wings. As you see the eagle behind him here in the trailer when he was sleeping like a bum, so-called bum. And he had an eagle logo on the top of his cap also. I'll put the link in the description box so you can check out the trailer for yourself. The eagle was on top of his head and he was sleeping at a bench or I don't know what you call this thing, iron, stone bench or whatever. Isaiah 40 and 31. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. As you can see here, these devils, they know exactly what they put in the scene because they controlled the scene. If this was not supposed to be there, it wouldn't be there. If this female was not allowed to walk there, she wouldn't walk there. If this would have been a can, it would have been a can then. But he drinks wine, by the way, which is also funny that he drinks wine. But yeah, so they shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. So this is us. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. That's talking about us, and they know it. They know it. They know it damn well. They know it damn well. And yeah, they make it to where he's like sexually frustrated, and he has this female, whatever the fuck, man, it's bullshit. Whatever, and she's more powerful than him. She could conjure up freaking storms and stuff like that. In the scriptures, that's actually what Elijah could do. He can call rain, thunder, and stuff like that. And he can also stop rain and stop thunder from coming. 1 Corinthians chapter 17 shows you that. Sorry, 1 Kings chapter 17 shows you that. Right? He stopped the rain from coming. You know what that equals to? That equals to mass death, because you need rain in order to water your plants. So, and therefore you need rain to grow fruit and also grow vegetables. And if you don't have water, you're as good as dead. You're as good as dead. Yeah, but nowadays, what do our people do? We rely on a devil to feed us. And these people be putting stuff in your food, man. Crazy stuff, bruh. Duh. But anyway, yeah. So you have the three type of eunuchs, and yeah, and he's a tree, symbolically, and your children are your fruits. You should know them by your fruit or their fruits. So yeah, so Judges 9 and 8. The trees went forth. You know what? Yeah, I'm going. I was looking at the time. I was gonna stop, but anyway, I was gonna say, you know what? You can read the rest of the chapter for yourself if you have the time, but I'm gonna read it for you if you have the time to listen. The trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them, and they say unto the olive tree, reign thou over us. Now, if you read this, you will see it's talking about his father. It was talking about his father. I think it was in the chapter before this. Let me see. But Zerubbabel, or Jerubbaal, namely Gideon, he didn't want them. He didn't want to rule over them, and he said, "Neither shall my sons rule over you." Let me see. Pardon. Let me see something. Wait, sorry. Right now, this is the book of Judges, chapter 8, verse 22. Then the men of Israel said unto Gideon, rule thou over us, but both thou and thy sons, and thy son, and thy son's sons also. For thou hast delivered us from the hand of Midian, which were Ishmaelites. As you can read here in 24. And Gideon said unto them, I will not rule over you, neither shall my son rule over you. Yahweh shall rule over you. And Gideon said unto them, I would desire a request of you, that ye would give me every man the earrings of his prey. For they had golden earrings, because they were Ishmaelites. So these Midianites were Ishmaelites, because we fought against them, the Midianites. We was fighting against them, because they're Ishmaelites. And then we killed them, and then we took their gold, and then we gave it to Gideon. And then, so Gideon said, the men of Israel came to Gideon and said, rule over us. And Gideon said, no, and neither will my sons rule over you. So, Judges chapter 9, verse, let me see, 8. I already read 7. So, it says here, the trees, the people, as you can see here, the men of Israel, the trees went forth on a time to anoint a king over them. And they said unto the olive tree, Gideon, reign thou over us. But the olive tree, Gideon, said unto them, should I leave my fatness, which is brought to him by Yahweh, wherewith by me they honor Yahweh and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? Gideon said, no, I want the Lord to rule over you, not me. And the trees said to the fig tree, come thou and reign over us, which is his son. But the fig tree said unto them, should I forsake my sweetness and my good fruit, and go to be promoted over the trees, over the people? Then said the trees unto the vine, which was his other son, come thou and reign over us. And the vine said unto them, should I leave my wine, which cheered Yahweh and man, and go to be promoted over the trees? Then said all the trees unto the bramble, come thou and reign over us. The bramble is that wicked son of Gideon. And the bramble said unto the trees, If in truth ye anoint me king over you, then come and put your trust in my shadow. And if not, let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon. Now therefore, if ye have done truly and sincerely, in that ye have made Abimelech king, that's that bramble. And what is a bramble? Something that will hurt you. A bramble tree. Should I put bush? Yeah, bush. Oh, bush. Yeah, This is what the bramble comes with. It tastes good. Yeah. Keep on touching it stupidly, then this is gonna happen to you. And in the wintertime, when they lose their leaves, then they look like this. Won't you fall in there? See what happens to you. That's what you're gonna get when you put man as over you. That is a wicked man, by the way, because he was a wicked man. He murdered all his brethren, like 70 of them, or 70, yes, 70, or 70, I think. I need to read the chapter again, sorry about that. But I think 70, yes, 70, 70 of his brothers he murdered. And only one got away, and him was then 72, because Gideon had 72. Jerubbaal, he had 72 children. His name was changed to Jerubbaal because he killed the altar of Baal. He burned down their groves and stuff like that. And if you want to know about that, I think you should read Judges chapter 6. If I'm correct, it was chapter 6. And his house, right? So it says here, Abimelech king. And if ye have dealt with Jerubbaal and his house, and if ye have dealt well with Jerubbaal and his house, and have done unto him according to the deserving of his hands, for my father, which is Jerubbaal, fought for you against the Midianites, and adventured his life far, and delivered you, because he put his life on the line, and delivered you out of the hand of Midian. As you can see, it's talking about the chapter before this. And ye are risen up against my father's house this day, and have slain his sons, 70 persons upon one stone. What is a score? A score is 20. Here, a group or set of 20, or about 20. But in this case, it's 20. A score. So 3 times 20 is 60. So 2, 4, 6, and then 10 is 70. Upon one stone, they murdered the brothers in one day, and have made Abimelech, that bramble bush, right? So he's also a vegetable. Well, in this case, he's a fruit, a dangerous fruit, by the way. Well, the fruit is not dangerous; the plant itself is dangerous. The son of his maidservant, king over the men of Shechem, because he is your brother, because he is their brother because of the maidservant that came from that region. So they accepted him more because, it's their family member, that woman, so they took to him more. And but they're evil men. But the point is that they are seen as trees. And here there are symbolically also trees. Gideon was a tree, and his sons were also trees. But Gideon said, these fruit flies, man, get out of here. Judges 8 and 22. The men of Israel said unto Gideon, rule thou over us, both thou and thy son, and thy son's son also. For thou hast delivered us from the hand of Midian. And Gideon said unto them, I will not rule over you, neither shall my son rule over you. Yahweh shall rule over you. Right? So, yeah. And Gideon had three score, verse 30, and Gideon had 70 sons of his body begotten, for he had many wives. And his concubine, that was in Shechem, she also bare him a son, whose name he called Abimelech. And Abimelech is the one that murdered all the 70 brothers, all the 70 children. And then one got away, by the way. One got away. And yeah, as you can see here, if you read this chapter, you will see one got away. So I think it was 71 then, but 72 then. Let me see. It goes into. Oh, sorry, this is Matthew. Here. Verse 5, Judges 9 and 5. And he went unto his his father's house at Ophrah, and slew his brethren, the sons of Jerubbaal, being 70 persons, upon one stone. Notwithstanding yet, Jotham, the youngest son of Jerubbaal, was left, for he hid himself. Yeah, so I think he had 71 sons, and then he killed like he had 70 sons. It's kind of confusing because he had 70 sons, right? And here it says that 70 were killed. Notwithstanding yet, Jotham, the youngest son of Jerubbaal, was left, for he hid himself. So he's the one that came to talk here, and then he cursed him. He cursed his brother Abimelech. That is a demon, man, like a real evil brother. But yeah, verse 24, that the cruelty done to the 70 sons of Jerubbaal might come, and their blood be laid upon Abimelech their brother, which slew them. He's worse than Cain. God damn. Cain just murdered one. This guy murdered 70. It's a wicked ass nigga. This is a real black person. Demon, which slew them, and upon the men of Shechem, which aided him in the killing of his brethren. So he cursed them, man. And later on, they got destroyed. But yeah, the point is that 70 brothers were killed, one escaped. So I think it was 71 then. And then he was then number 72. He was one of the sons of Gideon. Sorry. Right. So yeah. Either it was out of the like, it's kind of confusing. Either it was out of the 70, one escaped, so he killed 69, or 70 sons died, and then number 71 escaped, and then he would then therefore be number 72. Or Gibeon had 71 children, or he had 72. Right, because that's kind of confusing. But the point is that he murdered his brother, and the point is that they were seen as trees. They were referred to as trees. And also vine, which is this. People are symbolically also here. This is a vine plant. Here. Well, sorry, actually tree. Is olive. Grape. What? Vineyard. Let me just type this in now because it's ridiculous. This is a vineyard where you have grapes, which you can make wine with, which makes men merry. Not married, but merry. Funny. So yeah. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.